Hey, ma'am. What's your name? What is it? Milan. Do you have an ID on you? So I'll let you know right now. I talked to the deputy that served the paperwork.
In case you're on the mobile device, the caption says when an evicted tenant refuses to leave.
He notified me that you were properly evicted.
I did go to the courthouse. I gave them all type of evidence to show them exactly what's going on.
Mhm.
So this is the information I have.
Oh, that caption says according to court documents, she had failed to pay her rent for the previous 5 months. I think I heard him say she's already been evicted. So what it seems like is she might have came back to the residence like she still lives there or something. Well, let's find out. Y'all, before we do, if you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second and it actually helps out more than you know. And also if you could hype.
I couldn't see the judge to give the side of my story. They just denied no legal basis.
Okay, so
And
I understand. I already have that.
there's plenty of legal basis.
I, I understand that you believe that there's plenty of legal basis, but they've already denied your judgment, which means so if you understand that,
I have 24 hours to
ma'am,
be evicted. I need to
ma'am,
get access
you've already
back.
been evicted.
I'm not evicted. I need to get access back.
They're not giving you access back to your stuff. I just want to let you know.
I need to get access.
I just want to let you know right now. At this point,
Hmm.
it doesn't seem like we're kind of getting anywhere, and I really don't want to escalate to the next level. I'm just letting you know. You've been properly evicted.
Listen,
May I speak, please?
I've been getting
May I speak, please?
the runaround for like almost 8
Okay.
years now.
Okay.
For almost 8 years.
Okay. I'm gonna explain to you as simple as I can. They've evicted you. Okay. You went to the court. Your actions were denied. Okay. Which means you've been properly evicted. Which means you no longer have any tenant rights to this place. If you would like to grab your stuff, you can call them at a later date and arrange to grab your stuff. But as of right now, you've been legally evicted, and they do not want you on the property. So I have to ask you to leave the property. If you refuse to leave the property, I'm going to place you under arrest, okay?
I need to get my stuff.
I'm telling you right now. As I just said,
This is a long history.
I'm letting you know right now, ma'am.
This is a long
If you, I
history.
don't want to place you under arrest, but at this point in time, you're giving me no recourse.
This is a long history.
You're giving me no
Okay.
Can you please leave the property?
Okay.
Um,
I want
no,
you to
no,
understand
we're not doing any of that.
That is
No,
the side of
no,
my story.
no,
There's no
no,
legal basis
no.
for me to get the support
Negative.
back.
Will you leave the property? Yes or no?
But and now
Will you leave the property? Yes or no, ma'am?
the law,
Ma'am,
there's
will
plenty
you
of legal
will
basis.
you leave the property? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. Do me a favor.
Uh-oh.
Stand up.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. She said no. She pulled away. Oh wow. See, these are these self-inflicted wounds that I have to always mention. Because understand this. I'm thinking that door that was open was her place, but it looks like it's on the other side of the camera. But ultimately, she's just sitting on the patio for a reason. Because she actually doesn't have access to that house anymore, and so she can't get in and get her stuff. So the only thing she can still access is her outdoor patio set, and she's just sitting there. But that's still the landlord's property. And honestly, they kind of own that stuff now because what it appears is that she was already told by a judge, you have this much time to get out of here. If you don't get out of here, then you will be removed or you will lose access to the property, whatever the case. She didn't take it seriously, is what it appears. And so now, when it actually happened, and when she basically lost access to the property, now all of a sudden she's taking it serious and wanting to go back in and get all her stuff. Ma'am, you had prep time. It's just that simple. You had time. You were told what you had, but you didn't think it was really going to happen, or you thought you were going to talk your way out of it. One or the other. And now we're here. Because now all the stuff that's within the property and probably even on the outside of the property is considered abandoned property because she knew when she had to leave. So now the landlord can choose what they want to do with it, whether they want to dispose of it, whether they want to keep it, sell it, whatever. Because technically she abandoned it because she didn't leave when she was supposed to. It's no different than if you get evicted and when people just like to take certain stuff that they want to take and then they leave all the trash for somebody else to clean up. They abandon it. You don't just get to keep your stuff there like this is a storage unit. They have things they have to do. So now they can go ahead and do whatever they need to do with that stuff because you didn't get it out promptly. Again, y'all, if you could like the video, helps more than you know.
47 Central. Is there another unit close by?
I need to speak to the supervisor.
There.
The gentleman that you
Yes, 3 child
I need to speak to him.
He does not want to speak to you. They've already properly evicted you. At this point, you're going to go to jail for trespassing.
I'm not for trespassing. How is trespassing?
Thank you, 6-1.
How's trespassing?
I've asked you to leave. Yeah, I'm called for. I've already asked you to leave. You told me no.
I need to get access to
You
get
do
my
not have-
stuff.
you
I
do
have
not have
plenty of
access.
stuff.
Oh, wow.
They've
I
already
have
evicted
plenty
you.
I have plenty of stuff in the apartment. I need to
They
get
do not
access.
want to allow you access to the
What's the
place.
reason? What's the reason?
They don't have to. They don't have to give you a reason. There's no
Why?
reason.
Give me a reason?
No, they don't.
Why? Why not?
Because they don't have to give you a reason. They've already given you enough time to grab your stuff and leave. You did not do that.
When did they give me plenty of stuff?
When they gave you a notice.
When was that?
I'm just letting you know right now.
When was
You're
that?
going to be placed under arrest.
When was that?
Okay.
When was that?
I thought she was placed under arrest. He was about to put his hands on her. And I guess he redacted it and took it back. Now he's going back and forth again. I don't think she understands what she's in. She needs to be blessed that he didn't follow through. And she needs to just start listening now before it really gets real.
All right. We'll just wait till my partner gets here.
The caption says on March 6th, she had been given notice to pay rent or vacate the premises.
I've tried to explain to you, man.
There's no legal basis, but now you're trying to enforce the law for trespassing?
I'm telling you right now. They don't want you on the property.
There's no legal basis. There's plenty
just
of
don't want you
evidence.
on the property.
There's plenty.
That's something
of
you can take up with the
evidence.
court.
I did already. They
And
don't
they
want
denied
to
it.
see. They don't want to see it.
Then that's where we are right now. Okay. At this point in time, you have to leave the property. I don't want to take you to jail. I really don't. I'm just asking you to leave the property.
Because you know you won't.
No, I'm not
You
wrong.
know you
The
won't.
court has already told you.
You know you won't.
Okay.
The court,
You know
the
you're
court
wrong.
is wrong. You won't.
Okay.
Even the
court
supervisor.
is
Now
wrong.
the office is closed.
Okay.
Suddenly the office is closed. There's not something fishy about that. Nothing fishy about that. Nothing is fishy about that.
Okay.
This is your country. Have fun.
No.
This is your country.
No.
Have fun. No,
No,
let me go.
no,
Let
you're going to jail.
me go.
You're going to
Let
jail.
me go. This is your country.
You're not.
This is
You're
your
going to
country.
jail.
Have fun. Let me
You're
go.
detained right now. You're not free to go.
Let me
You're
go.
not free to go,
Sir,
ma'am.
do not touch me. Let me go.
I'm letting you know you're not
This is
free to
your
go.
country.
You're not free to go.
This is your country.
Please do not. Please do not fight.
Let me go.
Do not resist.
Let me
Stop
go.
resisting.
Let
Please stop resisting.
Can you tell me to let me go?
Please stop resisting.
Can you tell me to
Please stop resisting.
Let him know to let me
Please stop resisting.
Let him
Okay?
know.
Don't touch her, please.
Don't make it hard. Let me go. Let me go.
Don't make it hard
Let me
for yourself,
go.
honey. Don't make it hard for yourself.
She don't listen.
You can just leave her property right there if you don't mind. Thank you. I appreciate it, man.
Take everything from me. I have evidence. Take everything.
You want her to have your property?
You want to take her to jail?
Yeah, she's going to jail.
Want me to put it in the house? I'll keep it, baby. I'll keep it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll keep
There we go.
it. Don't fight, sweetie, because you make it hard on yourself. I'll keep it, baby. Please stop.
Can you? I just have to
This
walk
is so
downstairs.
unfair.
Okay.
This is so
We're going to go downstairs, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Thank you.
That's evidence. That's evidence. Because you want to enforce the law when you want to.
Thank you.
You want to enforce the law when you want to. What's legal, you make it illegal. What's not legal, you make it legal.
Are you with the owner?
I'm the owner.
So she just thought he was just going to go back and forth with her the whole time and that he wasn't going to actually enforce what he was telling her to do. Looks like we got another one. I thought it was going to just be that one. We'll watch it though. I think these are evictions where people are evicted and they refuse to leave. But I don't know if it's because she just feels like he wasn't going to put, actually touch her or physically remove her or whatever. But now she's going to have to deal with this as well. Now you already got evicted. Your stuff is in there. It is what it is. Now you have a court case on your hands as well. So you got the eviction on your record. Now you about to get whatever charge he's about to give you on your record. At what point are we going to stop digging? At what point are we going to stop digging? I get it. But the first self-inflicted wound and way that she sabotaged herself was when she got the notice on March 6th or whatever to vacate, and when she needed to vacate by, and she decided not to take it seriously and not to start preparing and moving her things and acting accordingly. And then now it's everybody else's problem when you were told everything that needed to happen. I mean, were you arguing with the judge the way you was arguing with this dude? Because I think they would have told you very plain, very clearly, and very directly that, ma'am, you don't have a case here. You can appeal if you want. If you don't appeal, then it is what it is. She's got her little folder or whatever, but why you didn't bring that out in court? You trying to show people after the fact. So now she's gonna get this on her record as well. It's just silly. And you know that you were wrong from the beginning if you didn't pay your rent for 5 months.
You're the owner?
So there is people in this house. I have no idea who they are. This is the neighbor. She lives over there. She said people's been going in and out. He's the one that called.
So this is the house?
Yep, we banged on the door.
There's nobody in the other one, but they've been in and out. They stole stuff from this one.
Okay. Do you have a key? You gave us the 728 part. Yeah.
It's these two.
Before I go in, I'll wait for him to get back. So you're the owner of both?
I'm her husband. So technically, yes, but we haven't switched anything over. We own that one, these two. We're going to sell these two to fix that one. That's what we're planning on. And the lawyer's like, well, if you don't know who they are,
Yeah.
you can't sign papers.
Oh, wow.
How do you?
Did you have a tenant here before?
There
Or?
was a tenant here before, yes, but they're all gone. There's no.
Okay.
The answer is no to all.
This could be the potential to be very sticky because they said they had a tenant there before. It looks like they don't really monitor their property as much as they should. So ultimately, they don't know what's going on. What could have happened was whatever tenant they have before could have moved other people in as well. And I think that still holds the same weight as if they were a tenant because now they done moved in there. So regardless if you had the agreement with them originally, you would still have to evict them as if they were somebody who had a contractual agreement with you because the person that you had the agreement with moved them in. And honestly, even squatters sometimes get rights. People who actually break in and trespass homes and then move their stuff in there, a lot of times they get rights too. So this could actually be more complex than what I initially believed it to be.
You know you don't live here.
She made an
She
agreement
made an
with
agreement with
you.
the landlord.
Frida.
Is that freedom?
Yeah,
What kind of deal?
we were supposed to pay $700 a month. And
Never
we
been
fixed
a
it
deal
up.
with any of you two. I've been trying to.
We got proof.
For over a month.
And I told you that.
Have you paid any money to stay here?
I gave her $300. She told
Do you have
us
proof of
to 2 months. She told us if we could move
Do you have
in.
proof of that money you paid her?
No, because it was cash. We have no receipts. They didn't give us no
Ooh.
receipts.
When did you pay her that?
2 months ago, 3 months ago. Okay, I could go get it.
Ooh.
Told me on the phone.
Did you give it to her in person?
Yeah.
Where?
We
Ooh.
sit right over in that house back there when you told me that they were.
Check some stuff.
Is there anybody else in that house back here?
No, be out by next week.
Did you ID him yet?
Huh?
Did you ID him yet?
The daughter. I haven't.
So, when the city said clean it up, I was like, well, I can't just go taking people's shit.
Yeah.
I'll get in trouble.
I mean, we're kind of like at a he said, she said at this point. I mean,
Right.
we can ID them so you can go forward with the eviction process.
Whatever we got to do to get them out. That's all we need. We need to get them out.
Yeah.
Sounds like the city sent him something saying he needed to clean his property up or something. So that's why he came back to check on it. Maybe he lives in another state and he has this property here. Maybe it was passed down, whatever. But this is when it gets real crazy because a lot of times squatters and people who are illegally staying in residences, they don't got nothing to lose. So I'm gonna say allegedly, I don't know, but what could happen is they could just lie. And then you notice she said all the right things. Oh yeah, I paid her. Yeah, cash, in person. All the things you can't track, right? So now what it becomes is he say, she say. I guess the police were trying to just see if they would just tell the truth. But if people are doing egregious things, especially when it's linked to, the roof over their head, they don't have nothing to lose. It's like either way, if they're gonna be on the street, they might as well just lie and keep and be able to stay in these people's house for however long they're allowed to through the courts.
Man, can you guys start watching?
Even the guy you ran into before, we've dealt with him quite a bit. So.
No, that guys.
Yeah.
They got locks out on sheds and
Yeah,
stuff.
they put locks on our sheds or something.
I mean, there's
Ooh,
only
they
so
put
much we
locks
can
on
do
their
at this
sheds.
point. I mean, without an eviction notice.
But we can get the information we need. That's what we want. But actually, I was hoping to come here and they were gone.
Yeah. Not so lucky today, but one of them's out now.
So the situation with the city and getting all this stuff cleaned up.
I talked to the guy. As long as I got that appliance out, we're good.
Generally, the city's going to be okay as long as you can show them that you're in the process of trying to resolve it. So if you filed for an eviction,
Talk to
you can't really be. I mean, you can clean it up.
Steve is my attorney,
Yes.
and I've already talked to him about this situation.
Generally, they're okay as long as you can show like you're making steps forward to resolving it. So, I mean, they're not going to put the hammer down on you just because you didn't do it what they asked right then. And
Okay.
But if it's somebody you want to do.
Right?
Nobody should make you do things you don't want to do. It's not a good person to be around. Have you filed for? Have you thought about filing for a protection order against them?
Actually, we're getting ready to move to the middle house.
Okay.
That's the house we're buying.
Yeah.
So it'll be, like I said, it'll be ready to move. So I was hoping we move.
Yeah.
It's been hard.
Yeah.
It's been really hard.
But just make sure that you don't know where you're going to.
Exactly.
No matter how much you ask.
Look at this, man. Look at this picture. They look so comfortable. It looks like they never had any dealings with these landlords. It looks like they're just squatters. This is why, man, don't get in real estate if you know yourself, right? You got to know yourself. If seeing situations like this happen on your property and some people done moved in your stuff, and you know, like you have the proclivity to be able to snap, right? You probably just don't want to get into real estate because that is an investment vehicle where you absolutely, if you're going to do investment properties where you rent them out, you're going to have to deal with people. And you're going to have to deal with the BS that can sometimes come with dealing with people, especially people who are empowered and incentivized by ambiguous rules that actually are strict as far as what you have to do as a landlord in order to take any legal action. But they're very ambiguous when it comes to your rights as a landlord as it pertains to tenants. So you just gotta know yourself is what I'm ultimately saying.
Don't let them know.
But it's been hard finding a place.
Yeah.
Because everybody wants to. And the places got scammed this time.
Yeah.
We have to try to find a place.
Okay.
The marketplace.
Yeah. Marketplace will get you.
I mean, I have no problem getting out.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah. Get over here now!
All right, Scorpion.
I got him. He's running. I would have fucking tased you. Get off the fucking ground. No. You're taking kinds of stupid, aren't you? What are you running for?
I seen you coming.
So?
That's
You
great.
doing something wrong?
No.
Huh?
No.
What are you running for? Come over here. You have a seat over here. Hang on, you're not supposed to have? Huh?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Hang in your pockets. What are you doing over at the house over there?
Coming over to visit.
Who lives there? I'm over to visit. You're inside.
Oh,
Okay. What are you doing inside there?
visiting.
And nobody's supposed to be over there.
What do you mean ain't nobody supposed to be over there?
The owners are over there. That's who was out there when you were leaving.
Okay.
He was trying to play ring around the fucking rosy around the house. Had my lights on, told him right over there to stop.
So what happened? What did you see? Like, how did this all?
Okay, me and her, we kind of like dumpster digging, right? And,
Okay.
Trying to get,
Not even worried
shoes and
about
stuff
it.
like that. Okay, so she went that way towards town, and I came walking up towards the garbage center. Yeah. So I came walking this way, going to the park, towards Silicon Park, and I see this red stuff, leaking out the dumpster. So I said, that don't look right.
Okay.
So
Red stuff leaking out the dumpster.
And so I went in there and I seen his body.
What in the heck are we watching?
So they've asked that we go talk to the people over here. So
Yeah,
we'll go
so
talk to
he's the one that flagged me down. He's asking me if I can go get his backpack. So there's a backpack over here. I don't know.
As first responders arrive, they instantly find an elderly man lying in a...
That got dark real quick. I don't think we're going to get into that. That got dark real quick. I feel like I kind of have to now that I done opened up that can of worms. But we don't usually watch stuff like that over here. This is crazy. Dang. I feel like we got to finish it because we started it. And I can see the comments now.
pool of blood, suffering from severe trauma to the head and face, and multiple stab wounds to his neck. The injuries are so severe, the victim is barely recognizable, leaving police with no immediate clue as to who he is or what had happened. Thankfully, a man steps forward to hand detectives their very first lead.
How's it going, officer? Good. So,
what if this was like, it turns out that this is still eviction based, like it's an eviction murder? That'd be crazy.
yeah, so I'm just trying to figure out if you might, sounds like that he's one of your residents.
I can look.
This is Pat. He's the Morning Tree apartment complex manager, and if the victim does live here, then officers are hoping that Pat can help to quickly identify him.
Do we recognize this guy? Obviously, that's not the best picture, but... No.
I don't recognize him either.
I seem to think that he lived over in one of those apartments. Is it possible? Hey, Megan, can I borrow you for a sec? Would one of you be willing, or both, can we transport her over and have her point out apartment number, then see if you guys can?
Yes.
Are you able to go with him?
You know what apartment number that he goes? What apartment he goes to?
He goes to or him.
It's
very.
If I take you in my car, can you show me which apartment?
So we can ID this person? Okay, thank you, Megan.
They drive Pat's golf cart to the suspected victim's apartment, but their knocks go unanswered. So Pat calls the Morning Tree head office, hoping they can help police with their inquiries.
I don't know what his last name is. He's been with a resident here for a long time. He's not like, I don't think he's a drug user. He's mentally handicapped. Just so you know.
It's him.
If it's him, yeah. He'd probably be about 63, 65, somewhere in there. He's partially African American, but he's really light skinned.
Skinny, tall.
Yes.
Skinny.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure he'll have some kind of ID. Yeah.
And this is what I meant when I said you got to know yourself. You have to know yourself, because that second one we watched, when they were just when they were just sitting all on the patio looking comfortable, and it's allegedly almost clear that they're definitely squatters, and they done moved into them people's house. See, you got to know yourself, because when people play with you like that, then, and I'm not saying that's this situation, but things can end up that way, because that's crazy. You just move into some people's house. Like, you have the audacity. You're bold enough to do that, and I'm not advocating for that. But if you if you can get put in a dark place when people take advantage of you, then just get into stocks or something. There's many other ways you can invest. That ain't it.
Think so?
Absolutely not.
Never?
No.
Okay.
No. You don't even trust like anybody with like social security cards or anything. He won't sign a lease. So I mean, it's really weird. He hasn't had an ID or anything for, I can guarantee you, for decades.
Doesn't like the government?
No. He thinks everybody's trying to steal his social security money, and I mean, he's a really nice guy, actually, though. I mean, I had a relationship with him, like friend-wise.
You did? Just so you don't get some.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be Leonard.
Pat believes the victim may be 64-year-old Leonard Williams, as he fits the description perfectly. Leonard has been living in one of the Morning Tree apartments for over a decade, after years of being homeless. And despite his paranoia over possessing any kind of identification, he's generally well liked by those who knew him. While officers continue running the database for potential matches, A second unit is dispatched to check out the supposed victim's apartment.
Here, I'll just lock it where you go.
You want? We'll just announce for Leonard.
Yep. I can yell for it.
Okay. Go ahead.
Hey, Leonard, it's back.
Lakewood Police, we're just gonna come and make sure you're okay. If you're in here, let us know. Hey, Leonard, Lakewood Police, just want to make sure you're okay.
While the apartment turns up empty, photographs found inside provide a definitive match, leaving officers certain that the victim is indeed Leonard. But the investigation is far from over. Officers still have to understand if someone who knew Leonard is responsible for his death, or whether this is a random attack.
Just turn hard left, pull forward.
Yeah, I get it. They got people coming out.
Come this way, come this way. Come this way.
Hey, come here, man.
This way.
Hey, hands up.
All right, contacting 2 out front.
All right, stop.
You're good, hold there.
Here, come to me.
Here, yep. Pull forward. Straight.
Hey, see if we can
Straight.
actually get the door.
Straight, hold.
All right, these two.
You at the top of the stairs, just stay there, keep your hands up.
Hey, keep coming. Yeah, I want you to set your phone and your drink on that little concrete barrier right there.
You need a set?
Yeah. Now I want you to step out to me. Come on. Put your hands on your head, flip around, face the building. Keep coming back towards me.
Go ahead. We're good for
Keep
right
walking
now.
down.
We're just detaining one more.
Hey, come down. Head it down right there. Now put your hands on top of your head and step over to me. Stop right there. Back up towards me. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, what the hell? Last one. How many other people are in the apartment?
Nobody, I'm not.
In fact, there's still one more person inside the residence. The killer himself, Brody.
Oh, wow.
Hands up, everybody. Hands up.
Hey, that's primary on
Yep.
there.
Primary right there. All right, black shirt. Start walking this way. Keep your hands up.
I'll go cup.
Keep walking.
Come here. Walk to me. Face the building. Put your hands on your head. Keep coming.
And after heavily reviewing the Snapchat video, it's clear Brody acted completely alone and is solely responsible for the murder of Leonard Williams. Even though he was only 17 at the time, he was charged as an adult due to the severity of the crime, with bail set at $1.5 million.
And he put that dude in the trash can. What in the world? And somehow there's a Snapchat video associated as well. He did this on Snapchat? I tell you, man. It's getting crazy. We're going to leave it there for today. We're kind of running behind. If you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second. It actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you could hype the video, hype is a new feature that YouTube offers where it helps smaller content creators like myself. And basically, when you hype, it actually pushes us to the extent that it pushes the larger content creators. So you just press the hype button, then it shows the points. And because I am a smaller channel, we actually get more points per hype. So your hypes go further, especially since you only get 3 a week. And then also Patreon's link below if you want to see self-improvement content. But until then, I'll catch you in the next video.